Picture this. You swing open your apartment door, kick off your shoes, and before you can even say, "Hey Alexa," the lights shift to your favorite warm glow and your playlist fades in. Why? Because the Wi-Fi waves bouncing around the room just recognize the shape of you. No phone, no watch, no face scan, just the way your body slightly bends radio signals. Wild, right? Today we're talking about ordinary Wi-Fi that can now ID people with almost perfect accuracy. We'll unpack three things. First, what the tech can already do. Second, where it's headed. And third, the thorny questions it raises. Ready? Let's dive in. Here's the headline. Modern routers can treat their own signal like sonar. They send out a pulse, measure the tiny echoes, and match those echoes to specific humans the same way your phone knows your fingerprint. Researchers are clocking accuracy rates in the high 90s. Translation? Your router can tell you from your roommate even if you're both wearing the same hoodie. So what does that unlock? Imagine walking into a hotel room that instantly queues up your sleep playlist because the building knows it's you who just stepped off the elevator. Or a shared office with no badges. Meeting rooms simply unlock for the people who booked them. Smooth, friction-free, and honestly a little eerie. Let that sink in for a second. Now zoom out from one room to an entire building. Once every hallway, elevator, and lobby is laced with this sensing, movement patterns stop looking like random footsteps and start looking like a live transit map. First, security. Instead of a guard checking badges, the network quietly asks, "Does this motion pattern belong to someone cleared for the lab at 2 a.m.? If the answer's no, an alert pops, no camera needed. Second, choreography. A shopping mall might let only one storefront door glide open because you're a known regular there. A hotel lobby could shift extra staff toward the entrance when it detects a wave of first-time guests rolling in from the elevator bank. In the same building, a cocktail bar may dim the lights when it senses the remaining patrons all belong to the same mellow company off-site. Third, compliance. Think warehouses that can prove only licensed operators ever got within 5 feet of a robot, or clinics that show auditors a perfect record of 2 people entering the meds room every single time. These aren't just logs, they're behavioral receipts. So far, identity, choreography, compliance. 3 powerful levers, no cameras necessary. Here's where things really mash up. Once Wi-Fi recognition plugs into booking systems, payroll, or loyalty programs, you move from isolated snapshots to a time-lapse film of daily life. A college campus might learn the rhythm of midterms and quietly reroute cleaning crews away from packed study lounges. A sports arena could switch concession menus on the fly because it knows that Sideline A is full of speedy season ticket holders, while Concourse B is hovering with families who linger. Even city planners get a peek. If downtown gyms stay busy at 10 a.m., transit officials might infer flexible work is rising and adjust bus schedules. No rider surveys required. Sounds efficient, but there's a flip side. Landlords could track who's over and when. Retailers could count how many times you browse without ever logging you into guest Wi-Fi. Insurers might reward predictable movers, while activists defend the right to stay statistically weird. Picture a future where unions negotiate for RF breaks the way workers once fought for smoke breaks. Families might roll privacy paint on bedroom walls. Kids could swap signal masks like trading cards just to throw off the system. So, where's your line? Let's put some flesh on that question. First, look around your place. Which routers, smart speakers, or mesh hubs could already act as radar, and which ones are you actually willing to unplug or tweak today? Second, think about the spaces you frequent: office, school, apartment building. Could Wi-Fi ID slip in without you noticing? What one question will you ask the IT team, landlord, or admin this week about how the network is monitored? Third, if law enforcement, advertisers, or your boss starts using Wi-Fi tracking, where do you draw the red line, and who needs to hear that boundary from you right now? Take a breath. These aren't hypotheticals for 5 years from now. Prototypes are working today. Okay, let's land the plane. Here's what we covered. 1. Ordinary Wi-Fi can now recognize people with fingerprint-level accuracy just by reading the ripples your body makes in radio waves. 2. That power scales fast. Doors unlock, rooms personalize, buildings reroute staff, all without cameras or badges. 3. When those systems connect to security logs, booking apps, and city dashboards, we get a living spreadsheet of who went where and when. Useful, yes, but also deeply revealing. 4. The upside is seamless convenience. The downside is invisible surveillance. Which side wins depends on the questions we ask right now. So here's your takeaway. Wi-Fi isn't just for internet anymore. It's becoming a silent participant in every room you enter. You can embrace the cool stuff and still demand clear boundaries. Start with one device, one conversation, one stated limit. Because the waves are already out there, and they already know your name. I'm Host, and this has been Podcast. If this episode made you glance suspiciously at your router, share it with a friend who needs the heads up. Until next time, stay curious and stay in control of your own signal.